Alright, what's up guys? Here we are back at it with another update video with the scooter. So we have here the 172cc Taida big bore kit scooter. We did add some more extra stuff to this thing as the time went on. So inside the CVT housing, we do indeed have the NCY super transmission kit now. I did pull the NCY clutch out and swapped it back in for a OEM clutch because I want to get the blue springs so it actually grabs a little bit earlier. Right now it grabs about 4,500 RPMs and that it drags out really hard, so that's a little too stiff for me personally, but to each their own. It does have the yellow contra spring in the stock clutch from the other clutch that I had. I'll probably I might swap that out for the stock clutch or the stock contra spring, but I'm not 100% sure. I didn't really make a video on it because it seems like there's a couple videos already out there and I don't really want to keep touching base on the same thing. Basically with my setup, it's a 17mm for the back bell housing bolt and a 17mm for the variator. The variator is definitely, that's all good. That's the NCY face and variator. I still have that paired with 13-gram weights. The NCY kit does come with 10, 11, and 12-gram weights, but I didn't want to go too light on it, and I'm glad I didn't because it still revs out pretty good. With this setup now and with the 172 kit, I can easily pass 60 miles an hour. It usually seems to taper off right around 66, 67. But that's pretty much it. The next up on the list is definitely going to be the bright yellows here. Swapping those out for the RFY kits. Now there is fake RFY shocks. Just to fill everybody in, there is some things going on the internet right now where if you saw the fake ones, the reservoirs that are attached have no hole going to the oil reservoir. There is an actual oil reservoir on the real ones. The fake ones do not have them, the real ones do. They are just like little cheap eBay shocks, but they are definitely an upgrade compared to these. Now there is also another set of just straight spring style that are adjustable at the bottoms. I want to say Unique Performance sells them, or Rivian Motorcycle. One of those two sells those shocks specifically for the GY6 / like bento body style that has the dual shock setup like this that connects down to the swing arm. But that's pretty much what's all going on there. I did re-oil my air filter, which if you don't know, when you have the pod filters, it's good to spray them down with some like lubricant or oil. That way if water does hit them, a sponge or foam does absorb water. So you want the filter to try to repel water, not suck it in, because obviously water in is bad. Along the list that I did not video would be the NCY Decompression Tube. As you can see, all it really does is, I want to say it was a 17 mil. The 17 mil ended up threading into where the dipstick goes. Keep the dipstick because you will need it if you want to check your oil levels. And then you can route it up. You can either route it up back, and it comes with a zip tie so you can strap it to the frame, or like I did, I wrapped it up front and then looped it back around so it's right in front of the seat where the old airbox setup would have been. Keep in mind, your your breather up front needs to be open. If it's not open and you're slightly over full on oil, it will start to build way up in this hose and it will spray out. Earlier today when I was driving this thing, I guess the vent hose got stuck in between the frame and the body. It pinched itself closed and it started to, I guess when I got up to about 7,000 RPMs, started spraying oil. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know until I stopped, but it started spraying oil. As you can see, it's all coated in there. I'll clean all this up. This isn't that big of a deal. But it did start spraying because it got choked up and this thing backed up, and then it started spraying down the inside of the body. And then it ended up seeping out through the crack here. I still have this open. I do have the plastics on it though, so if you guys want, I will link the plastics down below, NCY kit down below, NCY Super Transmission Kit, which this one is the upgraded kit, so it's the NCY Super Transmission V2 kit, which has the cool updated bell housing, the lighter drive face, all that good stuff. But yeah, so if you don't know what I'm talking about the breather hose, right there on top of the valve cover, this little hose that would have gone to, if you still have it, it goes to like a vapor canister style, and then basically vents out and then recirculates back into the air box. Obviously I don't have the air box because I have the updated carb. But as of right now, that's all that's new. I do have the front brakes, just some performance pads for it. I have the rear brakes, which are the NCY performance pads. I'm thinking about a gear up kit, drop in the back of this kit. Plus the CVT probably needs a good reseal anyways, and if I'm going to be messing with the shocks, I might as well go ahead and go in there, reseal that up. I will also be getting the ankle biter, so this is all open, like I said, kind of just buying stuff in spurts here. The tires, I will swap these out, but I think I'm going to ride out this year with these on it, basically kill out as much as I can off of them, and then probably go with the Michelin City Grip 2s, I believe is what they're on now, V2s for the City Grips. And I'll have those, swap those out, and maybe if I have the wheels off, maybe powder them black. But that's pretty much where we're sitting at right this moment. I'll put, like I said, I'll post a link for the NCY kit below. Like I said, that one is super easy to install. You basically take the dipstick out, thread that in. It's a 17 mil head. Just tighten it down, not too tight because there's a little O-ring inside there, but just tight enough that you know it's not going to come off. Don't try to like hammer on that thing because it's aluminum and aluminum. And basically 2 hose clamps, screwdriver, Phillips. You tighten the hose down to the end they supply, and then try to get it to a high enough point. Make sure it's just like, try to make sure it's straight up, because that way if oil gets up there, it doesn't get trapped if it's like kinked up like that. It'll get kinked up in this little bottom section of the hose if it does. So just try to keep it as straight as you can, and that's pretty much it. But hopefully you guys do like the videos with the GY6 content. I actually have to go film a video on the truck for the EGR and the coolant water temp sensor replacement and the parts list for that, because that thing's been out for a while. This thing is still a pain in my butt, but I definitely am getting this thing fixed. This thing is getting some more work done to it, so that's going to be on the channel, including the Mustang, which will also be getting work in the future. But I'm not trying to just start throwing all that out there, since this is a scooter content video and not a Genesis or an SVX or Mustang or Dakota video. But hopefully you guys like this content. If you do, go ahead and hit subscribe. Check out more of the older videos. See all this cool stuff that I got going on. There's more in store for this, so if you like it, stay tuned. And any questions on the NCY install or the variator install and the clutch install, drop them down in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.